All right, so we're back into the main riff. So at this point, the past three sections have been that main riff. The first time they played it was pretty big, kind of a build up with the snare and the horns, like the snare rolls and the big horns. The second time we played it, it was kind of by itself, very empty, but with these crazy shredding guitars playing sextuplets, which land on these massive synth and 808 hits. But then end again with just the empty build up guitar leading into this. This is just a straight up like EDM drop. This is, there's a few little glitches throughout. Like I think they stop at one quick moment halfway through. But honestly, it's about as standard of an EDM drop as you can get. You have that kind of classic EDM beat. You get that repeated vocal sample, kind of, beat, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. And then the guitars are essentially mimicking a like EDM synths and those types of electronic noises. So this is a cool section. This is actually a really cool section. This is much simpler than the stuff that we would normally get from Polyphia, but it's cool. And it's got a lot of energy and it fits, and we've kind of built our way up to it in a way that I think is pretty satisfying. Yeah, I think this is a good spot to talk about like this album or this song in particular. And I think this album is almost certainly going to be made for live shows. They just got done touring. They just got done playing with these massive massive crowds, massive audiences, opening for bigger bands than them, playing festivals and stuff. And I even heard Tim made a comment about like, acoustic guitars are made for like coffee shops, or like nylon string guitars are made for coffee shops, and it's true. And like, I love Playing God. I think Playing God is actually a better song than this song. It's a fantastic song. Love Playing God, seriously. But he's right. An acoustic guitar, a nylon string guitar just can't have the same level of energy that like a big electric guitar can have. It's just not going to compare. They're two separate things. So yeah, I think when I was first, I sort of was expecting it based on some of their comments. And when I heard this song, I was like, yep, they did it. Like they have made a song that is very much, tailor-made for a live show. And you can see it with the way that they're promoting the song too. So obviously the first video was more about the theme and the idea that they're portraying, but the official music video is them playing the song live for a big old crowd of people jamming out, just rocking out. And then even the playthrough video, the third one that they did, where they're doing, they called it a jam session rather than like a playthrough. Like if you go back and watch Neurotica, which Neurotica was an almost like surgically precise composition, very, very like every microsecond has to be perfect in that song for it to work, because it's just such a like technical beast of a song. Versus this song, they call it a jam session. And if you listen, there are a few, like, I wouldn't call them mistakes, but I would say like little idiosyncrasies. Is that the right word? Idiosyncrasies? Hold on. I want to get my words right. Idiosyncrasies. Yeah, idiosyncrasies. Just very slight deviations, very small, like when they're doing that down, you can hear that Scott and Tim are just kind of slightly playing it differently, which is unusual for them. The two of them are typically 150% locked in. It's crazy. And we know that they can play unbelievably technical stuff. So I think the goal here is to maybe step away from the technicality just a little bit, just enough to have some stuff that like really kicks ass live and has some energy and all of that. So then, and so that means the riff can't be unbelievably difficult. They need to be able to have fun playing the riff and enjoy it. And then there also needs to be just a little bit of wiggle room for the riff to, maybe not be exactly perfect 100% of the time. And again, that's not necessarily me saying that they're being sloppy. It's very purposeful and intentional for what you know, their goals are as a band that's getting larger and becoming more popular and playing larger venues. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, this section's pretty sweet overall. Yeah, let's listen for those little glitches. I think there was just one there. Little cutout there. And then yeah, the build up's the same. And so yeah, overall at this point in the song, so this is the we're about to hit the transition point in the song. And so I want to mark this real quick. We've set up a lot of stuff. We've set up some really cool shred guitars, very like a very memorable riff, you know, very cool riff, catchy leads, some percussive elements, you know, that I go back to that harrowing dive bomb guitar. It's a pretty cool part and gives us a little bit of insight into what we're talking about or the tone of this song. Yeah, at this stage, we've gotten a lot of chaos, a lot of craziness, that wistful "Can You Feel It" sample playing. And so but we haven't quite gotten, like, it hasn't been extraordinarily technically proficient. And there, you know, let's be honest, there is that expectation of Polyphia. So we need to see kind of where are we going, what's going to happen next, because this song definitely seems to be building towards something. But so far it's been more fun and energetic and exciting. Let's see where it goes.